Allie Show, Real Talk, where we talk about all the real stuff that's going to get you to where you want to be mentally, physically, and spiritually. I hope you are having a great, what's today? Tuesday. It has been a great day for me. I was very productive and I went to the eye doctor today and my eyes may be... Wait, the cat's already causing problems. I went to the eye doctor today and I did get my eyes dilated, so I am not on drugs, I am not on any substances, my eyes are just a little dilated, okay? So today we are going to talk about taking your power back, and we got a lot to talk about today, okay? We are going to be talking about self-mastery, manipulation, emotions, and taking your power back. So a lot of good stuff today. We're definitely going to try to stay on track, but if we get off track, whatever, this is just a guide. So as a human being on this planet, you have every right to be whatever you want to be. Anything at all. You can do the things you want to do, say what you want to say, wear what you want to wear, and just explore yourself. I personally believe that we are here to grow and learn and experience and do things that way we want to do, like create. So let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to talk about self-mastery. So self-mastery is the ability to control one's thoughts, emotions, impulses, and actions to align with personal values, goals, and higher potential. So self-mastery is definitely a journey to go on. It's definitely worth going on. You're finding your strengths, your weaknesses, what you like, what you do not like. And you learn how to control your thoughts, emotions, actions, and be able to navigate life a lot easier and better. So if you do not know yourself, you are going to be controlled by your subconscious as well as other people. So let's get into it. Let's talk about manipulation now that we have talked about self-mastery. Again, self-mastery is 100% a journey worth going on. You get control of your own emotions, your own thoughts. You're able to be the creator of your own life and you're not a pawn in somebody else's game. So that's why it's important. So manipulation. So think of life like a video game. When you are not in control of yourself, you are all over the place and you'll be easily manipulated and people will use you to get what they want from you. So if you're an active player and you're conscious of yourself, your emotions, your behavior, your actions, you can start exploring the game on your own and creating what you want instead of what other people want for you. So you're no longer easily manipulated into doing things that you don't really want to do. So that's very important. So people want you as a pawn in their game to do their dirty work. Very true. Some people do not have the creative ability to create their own reality, so they use insecure people to do their work, and they take the credit, and they know you'll not stand up for yourself because you're insecure and you don't have the courage to stand up for yourself. So people pick up on that. People pick up on insecure people. They can smell you, and they can see the way you move, the way you act. They can tell if you are insecure, and if you're insecure, they will use you and manipulate you to do stuff that they want you to do. So people pick up on insecurity. People pick on if you do not have confidence, if you have low self-esteem. And this is not to scare you, this is to empower you. So people will take advantage of your ignorance and treat you badly. So no more being a doormat, no more just letting people walk all over you. You need to become conscious of yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, and your behavior. And that is how you empower yourself. So you have all the power in the world, okay? Don't believe whatever anybody says. You have the power to literally create your reality and to create a version of you that you like. You're not destined to be a doormat or a people pleaser or, be a peasant in somebody else's game. No, you're here. You have your own life and you have your own imagination, your own mind. You have the ability to create anything that you want to. So please remember that. Do not feel guilty for choosing yourself. If you have spent most of your life trying to please people and get people to like you, and you decide to take your own power back, that's not selfish, not at all. That is empowerment and not grounds for feeling guilty. And remember, feeling guilty attracts more things to you to make you feel guilty. And it also attracts punishment. So if you feel guilty and you feel like you did something wrong and you deserve to be punished, the universe is going to punish you. God's going to punish you. The universe does not give you what you want. The universe gives you what you believe you deserve. So if you believe that you do not deserve to be in control of your own life, if you feel like you don't deserve to be confident and have the things that you want, then that's what you're going to get. So, what else? So, and another thing, a lot of people like to throw this out. They're like, hey, you should feel guilty. You should feel shame. How else are you going to learn? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, shush. You can feel guilty for if you did something to somebody and they hurt you or you hurt them and you didn't mean to. Stop, apologize to the person if you did something wrong, and keep it moving. Do not dwell in shame. Do not dwell in guilt unless you're like threatening people, using vulgar language, and intentionally going out of your way to hurt people. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Not at all. Again, feeling guilty attracts punishment. You're going to find more things to feel guilty about. Stop feeling guilty. Stop feeling shame. That's a choice, and you can turn it off. When you start feeling it, say no, and consciously move your attention to something else that isn't self-sabotaging. Oh no, my TV. The fireplace, y'all, where'd it go? Can you see my baby? She's being so sweet. Hold on, y'all. I gotta make sure the TV speaker's on. Alright. Otherwise, we get a unsettling loud noise. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? It's 8:40 p.m. Usually we got at least 1 or 2 people, but hey, that's okay. This video will be up for you to watch tomorrow or whenever you decide. Hey, Wavy. Alright. So yeah, unless you're intentionally hurting people, you do not need to feel guilty. If you did someone wrong, apologize, learn from it, and move on. Don't get stuck in the trap of feeling shame and guilt, because that's, again, I've said this before, you're going to attract more things to feel guilty about. Don't feel guilty. Move on. If somebody has a problem with you and they're making a big deal out of it, if you've already apologized and stuff, move on. They need to move on too. You know, I used to be in this, like, I used to have this victim mentality where it's like, oh my God, why are people mean to me? Like, I'm so kind, I'm so this, or like I'd make excuses and say, oh, but I've been through this, I've been through so much. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your brain up. Because you're never going to get anywhere playing the victim card. You need to stop playing the victim. And, you know, a lot of us do that. Here's Olivia. Girl, she's like, pay attention to me. Get off live, girl. I've been spending all day with you. I love you. Yeah, so I mean that. If somebody is staying mad at you over something you did and you've already apologized, you don't need to feel guilty. They just need to let go. And they're probably not going to let go, and you can't control that, so you gotta let them be. We do not try and control others. I teach you how to control yourself And when you control yourself, you don't really care about all the outside noise. All right, we got a special guest here today. Hey, Wivy. Thank you. Hi, baby. She's so sweet. Okay, so taking your power back examples. So examples are saying no without explaining, not feeling guilty for choosing yourself even when it disappoints somebody else, not getting triggered by what people say or do to you, letting people misunderstand you, and outgrowing the version of you that tolerated less. So those are some examples. So you need to be serious about yourself. You need to be serious in the sense that you value yourself, your time, your energy, and you do not accept anything less. Again, everything is a choice. If you've been choosing less, it's never too late to start choosing better for you. I promise. You know, I didn't start taking my power back until I was like 26 and a half, and you know, it's definitely a journey, the self-mastery journey. It's not an overnight thing. It's something that you need to commit to and be dedicated about, you know. And don't get caught up with, you know, failure. Like if you have like an emotional reaction, we're not going to talk about it. We already have an emotion section that we're about to get to, so let's just stop there and move on. All right, so you need to be serious about yourself. You need to value yourself, your time, and your energy. Don't accept anything less. Don't accept anything that you do not want. Do not settle for friends that drain you. Do not settle for a partner because you don't want to be alone. That gets dicey. If you're somebody that does not like being alone, you are opening yourself up to low quality people. And there's nothing wrong with low quality people. It's just, you know, people that manipulate you, hurt you, want to take stuff from you. You may get lucky and find the love of your life, but if you are so blinded by wanting to have a friend or a partner, you are going to be blinded by the truth. You are going to miss important red flags. You are going to miss, you know, subtle, let's just stick to red. LexisNexis data breach. Uh-oh, I just got a notification. I need to turn these notifications off. I really have not been getting much notifications, but as soon as I click live, they all want to flood in. So it's funny how that works. Okay, so yeah, you cannot be blinded by wanting friends or wanting a partner, because you are going to miss some important things. You're going to miss red flags. You're going to miss subtle things that can tell you, hey, this is probably not a good person to be around. So definitely start learning to be okay being alone, especially if you're on a self-mastery journey. It's going to get lonely, and that's okay. You should rather want to be you should rather want to be alone in your own company than be around people that drain you and don't want the best for you. Hi, Gyu. Oh, she's being so sweet with it. So sweet. We have this like made up lore, and I've like thought about making a child's book about it. Hopefully I didn't give anybody an idea, but her name's Olivia, and we call her Wiv, and that branched out to Wiv and Swiv, and then Swivin, and then we said this is me and my family. And then we said she's from the town of Swivin, and she speaks Swivenese. So cute. All right. And also, no one is going to build your confidence for you, and nobody's going to go on the self-mastery journey for you. Nobody is going to learn how to control your emotions for you. You got to take your power back. And I know it can be scary. It's like, wait, I'm in control? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You are in control. And that might scare you now, but it's going to feel really good later once it clicks for you. Let me turn the fireplace back on. Hold on. Oh, not Netflix. I'm sorry. It's not a show without the fireplace, guys. Where's YouTube? All right, let's get this done. Let's get this done. I'm just exposing all my screens. The fireplace, the TV just reset, so I'm just setting the fireplace back up. Here we go. I don't like that one. There we go. All right. So now we are talking about emotions. So we've talked about self-mastery, what that is, manipulation. If you do not know yourself, if you are not in control of your own emotions, actions, thoughts, people are going to manipulate you. So it is very important that you are in control of yourself and you do work on mastering yourself. All right, so now we're going to talk about emotions. This is a big one. I used to struggle with my emotions. I'm a very sensitive person. Definitely have a handle on it now. But when you're sensitive and you overreact and stuff, you got to get that under control. People are going to use you and they're going to, nobody's going to take you seriously if you are lashing out, screaming, yelling, all that bad stuff. I'm drinking Rooster Booster. If you watched my ride with me earlier, I went and got some, and it usually takes me like 2 days to finish it. It is so good. Okay, anyway, emotions. So, you need to get a part of self-mastery and taking your power back. You need to get in control of your emotions. The only person who should trigger your emotions is you. And that should be when you're trying to get energy. Emotions are energy. It's energy in motion. So if you get triggered easily, you are allowing other people to control you and your emotional state. If you're, so many people, they really expose themselves when they lash out or crash out. That usually tells people that you're easily triggered and you are emotionally unstable and nobody's going to take you seriously. And also when you are triggered like that and you are emotionally all over the place, you are not in control. Other people are controlling you. So yeah, crash out sometimes, yell sometimes. It happens, and that's an important thing. Self-mastery and getting control of your emotions doesn't mean you're zen all the time. You are going to be mad sometimes. You're going to get frustrated sometimes. You're going to want to freak out. But self-mastery is knowing how to control your emotions, keep it under control, and control your actions. So you're not doing anything illegal. You're not hurting anybody. You are in control. So yeah, if you get triggered easily, other people are controlling you. Your emotional state is completely up to you. When you choose to believe people, you are giving your power away to them. So if somebody comes up to you and says, I just put a curse on you, and you believe them, you genuinely believe them, your brain is going to start creating situations to prove that you're being cursed, because you're like, oh my God, I'm cursed. But if you don't believe that person when they say you're cursed, it's going to be like, okay, and you're going to move on. You're not going to believe it, and nothing's going to happen to you. Your mind is so powerful. If you believe something, it's going to show up. It's going to become real in your world. That is so important to know. Don't be believing people. Don't believe what people say about you. Like if they say, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this, or, you know, whatever it is, don't believe them. They don't. You can choose to believe them, or you can choose to ignore them. I always say that. Choose to ignore them. It only impacts you if you believe it impacts you. Nobody can put a curse on you. And nobody can put a curse on you and it work without you giving permission for it to work. Oh my God, I got something in my eye. I'm also wearing contacts. Ooh. I haven't worn contacts in a long time. Yeah, so you gotta get somebody's permission to like curse them or put a spell on them, you know? So you need to be selfish in the sense of that you value yourself, your time, and your energy. You do not self-sacrifice yourself for others anymore. Look at where self-sacrificing has gotten you. It's gotten you nowhere, but made you feel lower. The whole narrative that you going on a self-mastery journey is selfish and you valuing yourself is selfish, that is really weird. Do not listen to any. If somebody says that to you, ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. All that matters is what you think, what you believe. What you believe is what you receive, and that's what you get. So keep that in mind. Oh my gosh, I wrote a lot down here. We had a lot to talk about, guys. All right. Oh. Also, real quick, because I completely forgot about it yesterday, I made a people-pleasing handbook. I have it on Etsy. It's $10. I did work pretty hard on it. It just basically goes over what people-pleasing is, what boundaries are, what boundaries you can start practicing. It also gives you prompts to look inwards and, you know, see where you are people pleasing, where you're abandoning yourself, and getting you over the fear of placing up boundaries. And there's a lot of affirmations in there, a lot of good stuff, a lot of encouraging words. So yeah, I did work really hard on that. It's on my Etsy. I have it in the description. If you guys really struggle with people pleasing and you don't really know where to start, definitely purchase that book. I made it specifically for people who struggle with people pleasing and boundaries. As somebody who used to, that topic is very, very important to me. So yeah, definitely check out that guide, complete it. If you have any questions, definitely message me on Etsy. But yeah, all that good stuff is in the description. I just wanted to say that because I forgot it yesterday. But yeah, I'd really appreciate if you guys check that out. Okay, hopefully, okay. I personally believe in being kind to people. There's no reason why we need to be going around being mean, giving people attitudes. You know, I choose to be kind. I'm a naturally kind person. I don't have that urge to be mean. Sometimes. I just don't go around spewing hate and negativity. I believe I'm here to uplift the earth, uplift the people that live on earth. I don't want anything to do with the negativity, putting people down, discouraging people. Any negative comments I get, I don't respond to them. I just use it as energy. You know, people are going to say what they want to say. Cool. But, like, I just know when people comment something negative, there's something not right in their mind. That's how I choose to see it. The way you see me is not my problem, and the way people see you should not be, that's not your problem. It's not your problem at all. I always say this, if somebody is being negative to you or trying to pull you down, they are focused on you and not on themselves. And that's weird. That's kind of weird. I need to find a better word. It's weird to me. And I'm a weirdo. I mean, I've always been kind of a weirdo, like, you know, whatever, but there's like a certain type of weird that's like, are you okay? And when people discourage me or try to pull me down, that's my reaction. I'm like, are you good? I hope you have a better day, sir or ma'am. But I'm not the one. I will never be the one. Women, you just so comfy, girl. All right. So, again, I believe in being kind to people, uplifting people, and doing good for the world. But don't be a doormat. Don't let people walk all over you, you know, and treat you as, you know, a certain type of way. Definitely stick up for yourself. You know, if somebody's being disrespectful to a degree that like it pulls you back, say something. The frick? If somebody has the nerve to be mean to you and be disrespectful to you, you have every right to clap back, but just be classy about it, you know? For example, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really experience people being mean to me out in the real world. It's usually online. And it's probably because I smile at everybody. I'm genuinely a naturally, like, positive person. And I just, you know, a smile can just change everything. I've seen people, you know, they look mean, they got me mug, and then you give them a smile and they smile ear to ear. It's like, see, smiling does so much. It really does. A smile is worth 1,000 words. I like that. And you know, if people don't smile back, whatever. They're probably having a bad day. You know, most people that are mean and negative, it's because they're struggling inside. And I do feel bad. I don't feel bad, but I have some compassion for them. Because again, I've been there. I've been in a place where I'm feeling nasty and I don't like myself, and I, you know, may have gotten jealous of people or, you know, mean. And it's when you don't feel right inside, you're not going to show up as your best self, you know. So when people send me negative comments, it's because I say, like, are you good? And I genuinely mean that, because I know they're not good. Because nobody in their right mind goes around pulling people down. But enough with that. We're going to go back to what we were talking about. We were talking about emotions. So, do not be a doormat. Do not be a people pleaser. It is better to come off as selfish than be a doormat. So, but if someone's not being kind to you, just ignore them. You know, you can be disrespectful back, you know, if you feel the need. If you do it in like a classy way, but I always, because it could put somebody in their place. You know, some people they're not even aware that they're being rude, and if you say something, it could help them be aware that they are being rude. Most of the time I really just ignore it, because it's like, whatever. Leave the negative people alone. Just leave them alone. They'll catch up. I don't hate anybody. I really don't. I'm very grateful that I have such a, like, I understand people's perspectives. Like, ever since I was younger, I've always been able to understand all sides of the coin and, like, where people are coming from. And you know, we don't need to be mean to the negative people. We don't need to, you know, make it worse by being mean. Just be as kind as you can. Hope that they have a better day and keep it moving. Do not focus on negative people. Okay. So if someone is not being kind to you, just ignore them. They should not matter to you at all. If anything, use their negative energy. They are pushing towards you for your own good. Because the bottom line is when people send you hate or negativity, they are sending you energy. And you will feel that energy sometimes, like, or most of the time. Like when people send me negative energy, I do feel it. And I just choose to get pumped. I'm like, ooh, wow, okay, that, you literally gain energy, you transmute it, and that's how you use it for your gain. So that's why, you know, if somebody sends you negative energy, just take it for yourself and keep it moving. So you have the power to change that energy that's being sent to you to boost you up. I do this every single time somebody sends me negative energy. I already told me this. It does not bother me at all. If it comes my way, I'm using it for me. And that's what I'm trying to teach people. Like, every time like somebody would be negative to me before I learned all of this, I would feel really bad and down and disappointed. Or if like people yelled, like in customer service, like if somebody yells at you, and like screams at you, you know, whether it's the customer, your boss, or wherever you work, your coworker, if they start yelling at you, instead of feeling scared and like, be like, wow, just let that energy that they are sending you, because no matter what, they're sending you energy, feel it. And then think of a task you wanted to do or something creative you wanted to do and go try doing that task. I promise you, you're going to have so much energy. Transmute, energy boost. Yes, you won't need no rooster booster if people are sending you enough negative energy. And you know, there's no good or bad. You know, we are not just one thing. We are many things. We can feel all different types of emotions. That it's just normal. I wrote way too much in this document. I'm like looking over here a lot. Definitely going to learn from this and not put like paragraphs because I'm like having to read. Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow. All right. So yeah, back to the negative energy. One more thing. You just need to change your perspective of it. That's really all. Instead of being like, oh, they're being negative, oh my God, they're terrible people. Use the energy for yourself and keep it moving. All right, we're at the closing statements here. So you must give yourself the things that you want in life. You have to choose to want better for yourself. You have to choose to build confidence. You have to choose to show up for yourself and do the things every day. You know, building confidence is listening to yourself. The more that you listen to yourself and see results, you're going to be more and more confident. And the important thing to know is confidence is not something you're born with, usually. There's people that come out the womb and they're confident no matter what happens to them. And, you know, heck yeah, for those people. But for the majority of us, we have to build it. We may have spent, you know, when we were younger, we had peers and family that discouraged us a lot or shamed us for wanting to do certain things and being too hard on us. And that can really mess with your confidence. So building confidence is completely possible. Confidence is built, not born. So it's something you need to build on top of every day. Every day you need to show up for yourself. You need to do the things that you say you're going to do, and be kind to yourself. Be like, encourage yourself. Say things like, I have to do this for me. I need to show up for me because I'm worthy. I deserve to put my time towards me and use my time to better myself, or and do the things that I want to do. So when you're trying to build yourself up, you are choosing yourself. When you're taking care of yourself, you're choosing yourself. When you are learning and growing, you're choosing yourself. So I promise every day, if you keep up on it, you are going to build this confidence, and it's going to grow and grow and grow. And then one day you're going to look back and think, dang, how was I not confident before? So confidence is not something you're born with, it's built. So going back to I think we all had a life, or many of us had a life where we have been dragged down by our peers and family, and we need to condition ourselves out of that. We are not what people say we are. We are what we say we are. The only way people dictate who we are is if we accept that. And I'm getting on here every day to teach you guys it's a choice. Do not listen to what people say about you. Don't even listen to the negativity that yourself tells you, because you're not your thoughts. Thoughts just pop up. Even me, sometimes I get negative thoughts. I do not entertain them. I let them pass and keep moving. I have a Word document for when I start getting, down. And I read that document and I'm back to normal. You got to redirect yourself. You're going to feel really bad if you let yourself go too far. You need to wheel yourself back in and say, hey, remember who we are. Write it down. Write down who you want to be. Do you want to be a confident man or woman? Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to be a content creator? Like, whatever the qualities that you want to. Do you want to be in control of your emotions? You want to have a clear mind and a clear direction of life. You need to write this stuff down and look at it every day to remind you who you are, because you can keep that stuff up here. Many people I know, they can't keep stuff up here. I can't keep stuff up here. Only to an extent, but you need a reminder every day, especially at the beginning, because you have spent probably most of your life thinking this way and not being confident and having self-doubt and low self-esteem. You need to remind yourself every day why you're doing this, what you want to become, and that will remind you. And every single day you do that, eventually you're going to become stronger and stronger, and eventually you're going to find that you're going to be that person you just wrote down. That's exactly what happened to me, and that happens to a lot of people too. They write down who they want to be, and they pay attention to that every day, and they keep that in mind, and before they know it, they are that person. It is wild, and it's such a freeing feeling, because it's like, wow, I did that. What else can I do? And you just go from there. You're gonna be kicking and swimming down the stream. You are unstoppable. All right, we're almost done. Nobody has came in the live today. That is completely okay. I hope you guys enjoy this video so far. You're probably watching the replay. If you are watching the replay, definitely comment what you think. If there's any topics you want me to talk about, I will definitely, or have like a real talk episode about. I'm definitely open to suggestions. I am on here doing this for the people. And so if there's something that you want for me to address, definitely let me know, and I will. Okay, we're almost done here. So you must know you have the power. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to change how you view life, how you think, how you feel. It is all up to you. I know that may sound crazy if you've never heard that before, but the way you view life, up to you. The way you think, up to you. The way you feel, up to you. All up to you. Do not believe what anybody says about you. The only opinion that should matter is the opinion that you have of yourself. Because you're the one living your life. You're the one that has to wake up every morning and be you. So you need to do what you want to do. You need to take your power back and create a life that you want to live. Now, they don't teach us this stuff. They don't teach us self-mastery in school. They don't teach us how to control our emotions. That's a part of self-mastery, but they don't teach us this stuff in school. And it's because if they taught you this, you wouldn't show up to your job. You wouldn't show up to your dead-end job, your minimum wage job. You wouldn't listen to the fear-mongering. You wouldn't take the BS. You wouldn't be easily controlled. And they, when I say they, I mean whoever's in charge. They want to be able to control you. They don't want you to be free. And that's why they don't teach you this stuff. And this is why you have to teach yourself this stuff and go on your own journey. And yes, that goes back to the manipulation. They don't want you to know your power. They don't want you to know that you have control over your life and you're able to create your own reality, because you wouldn't show up to the job. You wouldn't listen to the news. You wouldn't take any bullshit. Let's just be real. So we are here to learn, grow, and experience. There's no good or bad. We can be anything. We can be jealous, angry, hateful, miserable, or we can be loving, kind, uplifting, and be in a state of bliss. I know people say sometimes, especially on my videos, ignorance is bliss. That's your opinion. I think looking at the good opposed to the bad is bliss. I think focusing on the positive instead of the negative is bliss, because thinking negatively really doesn't do anything. It just creates more things to feel. It just creates more things to feel negative about. Remember, what you pay attention to is what you get. If you're constantly focusing on negativity, self-doubt, that's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to get. You need to choose which one to look at. And I always choose the positive side. And sometimes our minds will wander to the negative side. And the important thing is to not go down that road. You have a choice. You can continue feeling sad, putting on sad music, and poor me, and poor me, and poor this, and poor that. Or you could be like, nah, I don't really care. I'm gonna go enjoy my life. I'm gonna go do something for me. I'm gonna go create something, whatever it is that you like to do. And if I've heard this problem a lot. People don't know what they like, and they don't know what they're passionate about, and that comes with self-mastery. I also didn't know what I liked and what I didn't like, and my strengths and weaknesses, because I was a people pleaser. I was so focused on, pleasing other people and making sure that people see me in a good light that I wasn't thinking about any of that. So yeah, ignorance is bliss. Yeah. I don't know. I know a lot. I've definitely been into like politics and watching the news and stuff like that. And it just wasn't for me. I was angry. I was frustrated. And, I was unhealthy, like, because when you're like so caught up in politics and focused on the negativity, you don't really take the best care of yourself. And when you love yourself and you are in control of yourself and what you're focusing on, you will start to glow and you will start to look better. Remember, negativity and being hateful makes you ugly. I said it. It makes you ugly. Maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. Do not be hateful, because being hateful and jealous and this and that, all, you know, it's going to eventually manifest physically for you. Okay, so remember, they can take you physically, but they can't take you mentally unless you permit it. That should tell you something. There's people that are stuck in jail and they're in a state of bliss because they got their mind right. So, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Remember, I mentioned earlier I have my people-pleasing handbook listed in the description. If you need any help with people-pleasing or you don't know where to start, I highly recommend that you purchase that and work on it, because I made it out of experience and out of pure love, because I genuinely want to help the people pleasers, because no more. You deserve a better life. You deserve to feel good and enjoy your life without feeling at the mercy of others or yourself. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Ally Show, Real Talk, Taking Your Power Back. We will be back tomorrow evening, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for all the support and kind words. I really appreciate it, but that's all for tonight. Thank you for watching the Ally Show, and have a great rest of your night.